Welcome back. We have got some breaking news from Manchester United.
And Director of Football, Dan Ashworth. Well, senior reporter Rob Dorset joins me now to discuss this. Rob, first of all, then, what are the figures?
Well, I've been ploughing my way through them. They're always complicated, these financial reports that we get. But you're right in saying that the headline is, without doubt, just how much it cost Manchester United to get rid of...
This is the worst part of the decision. You have to read all the decision. Now we will go through the decision and we will see if we need to strengthen the authorization rules. We will see it. We have time to do that. I'm so happy that we saw the presentation and that it's clear now that they are offering a close competition, which we knew all the time, but they tried to present publicly it's not true. I've seen today the press release of English supporters who call it the zombie league. They didn't use that. They used blue league and some other colors as well. But despite that, we will not try to stop them. Even before, we never tried to stop them. And we said that, even I said that publicly many times. They can create whatever they want. I hope that they start their fantastic competition as soon as possible with two clubs. I hope they know what they're doing, which I'm not so sure about. So, not knowing if I would have the floor later.
With what happened towards the end of the game, where there was a lot happening on the pitch in the 84th minute, and they failed to ensure that their players conducted themselves in an orderly fashion in the 84th minute. Manchester United have until this Friday, a couple of days' time, to provide a response. But Manchester United...
Right, Manchester United have been fined €300,000 by Uefa for a breach of financial fair play regulations. Our chief reporter, Kaveh Solokul, is here to tell us more. Kaveh, what exactly have Manchester United done wrong here?
Look, the financial fair play is very complicated. The rules are pretty complicated. UEFA is actually changing the rules going forward. But basically, the rules were, in really, really simple terms, that over a 3-year period, clubs were only allowed to lose €30 million. Now, because of COVID and the impact that that had on club finances, those rules were relaxed. And for instance, Manchester United have said that they lost revenue totaling £281 million because of the effect of COVID. If you remember, they were playing games behind closed doors. Obviously, having an empty stadium, getting less TV money was affecting their finances. And they say that because of the way UEFA treated COVID issues, they committed a very minor breach of UEFA's financial fair play rules. And that has been recognised by UEFA as well, because UEFA have come out on the record and said that Manchester United reported a minor break-even deficits, and that's why they've been fined €300,000, which is £256,000. So effectively a slap on the wrist for Manchester United. As far as United are concerned, obviously they've emerged from the COVID period. Their finances are back on track. They're in the Champions League next season as well. That means they'll be making even more money. And we should stress as well that they have complied with all the Premier League's financial fair play rules. I think those are calculated in a slightly different way, and they're different rules to UEFA's, so no issues with the Premier League's FFP rules. And also, I suppose a lot of fans will be thinking, is this going to affect our transfer budget during this window? These are historic issues. It's not going to affect the budget at all. United have around £120 million to spend during this window. Obviously, they've already spent some of that on Mason Mount. That could go up depending on selling players, how much money they bring in from selling players. But in the short term, it doesn't affect their transfer budget. I don't think it's a major issue. As far as United are concerned, it was a minor breach, and as far as UEFA are concerned, it's a minor breach. So basically, just a slap on the wrist.
Busy this afternoon. Manchester United in trouble. Now the club charged because their players surrounded the referee during the 71st minute of that FA. With the FA, they've been fined £65,000 after their players surrounded the referee Chris Kavanagh in the FA Cup tie against Fulham on March the 19th. The club admitted failing to ensure their players conducted themselves in red cards for Fulham, but the allegation here is that United failed to ensure their players conducted themselves in an orderly fashion and/or didn't behave in a proper way. They've got until Monday to respond to that charge.
Confirmed that Manchester United have been charged with a breach of rule E20.1. This is to do.
United are in trouble with the FA. They've been fined £65,000 after their players surrounded the referee Chris Kavanagh in the FA Cup tie against Fulham on March the 19th. The club admitted failing to ensure their players conducted themselves in an orderly fashion.
Manchester United have once again found themselves at the centre of intense debate after being hit with major fines from both UEFA and the English FA, further amplifying concerns about discipline, financial management, and overall stability at the club. The latest sanctions come at a time when supporters, pundits, and football authorities are demanding higher standards from a team that remains one of the most scrutinised in world football. UEFA imposed a substantial €300,000 penalty on Manchester United after the club recorded a minor break-even deficit during the 2019 to 2022 Financial Fair Play (FFP) monitoring period. Though the deficit was relatively small, UEFA's guidelines require strict adherence to spending limits and financial sustainability. This fine signals UEFA's continued commitment to enforcing FFP rules and has sparked renewed debate about the club's financial strategy. Analysts argue that while United remain one of the world's richest football institutions, their recent struggles, including inconsistent performances, early European exits, and high transfer spending, have increased pressure on the club to operate more efficiently. Domestically, Manchester United were also hit with an £82,000 fine from the FA for failing to control their players during heated Premier League matches against Newcastle United and Chelsea. Both incidents involved highly emotional protests and confrontations with the match officials, prompting the FA to take disciplinary action. These fines add to a growing list of misconduct charges against the club. In a previous high-profile incident, United were fined £20,000 for a confrontation involving referees during a tense clash at Anfield. Such repeated offences have intensified concerns around the squad's behaviour and the leadership within the dressing room. The accumulation of these sanctions has raised serious questions about Manchester United's internal discipline and the effectiveness of their coaching staff in managing player conduct. Critics argue that the team's frustration on the pitch often translates into emotional reactions, resulting in fines and reputational damage. Former players and pundits have urged the club to instill stronger behavioral standards, emphasizing that United's badge carries expectations of professionalism and composure even during high-pressure moments. With scrutiny mounting on both financial and disciplinary fronts, Manchester United face significant pressure to make improvements. Failure to address these issues could lead to harsher penalties, increased monitoring from governing bodies, and long-term credibility concerns both domestically and across Europe. Supporters are now looking to the club's leadership, on and off the pitch, to stabilize the situation, enforce discipline, and ensure compliance moving forward. For a club with United's global stature, these recurring controversies serve as a reminder that success extends far beyond what happens on match day.